Good morning, class. Today we will be learning about the training tab in PvPoke. So grab a seat and get ready for notes because it's time for a lesson. Just a quick reminder though, if you want a better grade in class, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to see what I do anywhere between 1 week to 4 weeks in advance, check me out on twitch.tv/Super Science Sensei. On Fridays, that's when I record the videos. See you there. Okay, with that, we let Fresh edit this part out. And we move to the next screen. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Okay, Squiddles. So today we're going to be looking at this train tab right here. So you guys can click on it from there, or you guys can click it from here. And once again, we're going to be using PvPoke because PvPoke is the #1 tool for competitive Pokemon Go PvP. Now, today, some of you guys asked, what is the purpose of the train tab? How do we use it? How do we make it work? And why is it even there? Now, I'm just going to slowly set it up for you guys so you guys can see how it works. Now, when you click on the training tab, there's going to be parts right here. You can add your team and you can select what type of opponents you're going to play. Okay. Now, the cool thing is you can import and export your teams if you guys copy and paste your setup, right? And so, for example, if I wanted to use, let's say, the team I'm currently running inside Masters, I have Melmetal. Uh, Notice that it's 1500s, so we have to choose a league of Masters. We're going to delete that Melmetal. We're going to put in Melmetal. We're going to make sure we have the right moves of not Hyper Beam and not Flash Cannon, right? We're going to put in one of our featured mons, Giratina Altered, with the right moves as well. And a fun low guy because I don't have Dialga. Good old Dragonite. Notice this right here, when I hit the import and export, will show you what this looks like. You can copy paste it, so whenever you want to quickly put in your team, you guys can do it. Or you guys can save it and change this name to, let's say, Master League Season 2. Okay? That way, if you, you know, cancel. So let's say, you get rid of the team. You're like, oh, I'm going to mess around with different stuff. Oh, wait, I want, uh, whoopsie, load this team. I'll hit refresh. You just click it in, and bam, the team shows up. Okay. Now, since we are going inside Go Battle League Master, right? You could choose the difficulty of your computer with Novice, Rival, Elite, or Champion. I would always suggest you guys go with Champion, so that way you fight against the most one. Click Auto Tap. When you choose the team, you guys can try to choose. There are manual teams, there are feature teams. I personally like using manual teams, and you put in teams that you don't like seeing. Like a common team that we see a lot inside Masters is something along the lines of, like, let's say Kyogre, Dialga, and Togekiss. Obviously, you're not running Air Slash. Okay. Now, when you save this, you can even name this again as a different team. Kyo, Dial, Kiss, Toge. When you save it like this, once again, we have our team that we can quickly load whenever you want. And by the way, you guys can change what type of battles it is. Like, see, there's tournament right here. Like if you guys select instead of picking Go Battle League, there's a lot of different tabs you can pick from, like Ultra, Master, Great, Premier, Sylph, right? So it doesn't matter which one you pick. Let's say you pick Great. You want to pick Tournament, you can change the style of how this is going to work. But it's really quick, easy change. Just make sure you click the right tabs. Okay. So since we're doing Master League, if we click Battle here, right, it just shows a example of how the battle works, right? And because we put auto tap in, our guys are gonna be automatically tapping for us, right? You see that the auto tap? If I take auto tap off, look at my meta model stops attacking, and that is not what you want to see, right? So generally you hit auto tap on, and whenever you do want to use a move, you guys should just click it. Uh, this is nice to get a little bit of practice. The battles take a little bit of time, right? They just shielded there. and it allows you to play the game essentially in a test-free form, right? Uh, you guys can mess around with things like this, and you can see how your squad goes, right? Now, you can also restart the match and change the match as you need to, but the main thing is it's good for practice if you don't have a friend to battle against. Now, with that said, this is a great tool if you want to see things, but my personal, so you guys learn how to add a team, you guys learn how to choose an opponent, and now you guys are going to hear about the pros and cons. Pros of this is that you guys have practice. If you guys don't have a friend to practice against, you guys can battle them. If you guys have a team you specifically hate and your friends don't have the mons, you guys can practice against them. If you guys want to see how well your team might do, you can practice against them. But, so the main pros is that it gives you practice. The cons, though, is that you can't choose how they're going to play exactly, and it doesn't let you practice actually battling yourself because you still have to learn how to swap correctly. There's still people, using and abusing tricks like, CMP swaps and stuff like that. Um, you need to learn how to like tap, get ready for certain things, switch out, bait. There are things that the game will do, but at the same time, it's not going to be as good as when you're playing a friend. Okay, so that's a limitation. Now, with that said, I think a really good thing that you can do to have something similar without using, and one big con is that it does take up a lot of time. You are legitimately doing a battle, which does take anywhere between like up to 5 minutes per practice. So, with that said, I personally think that a better way for you guys to practice numbers and look at your numbers and sets is to use the battle tab. And the reason why I say use the battle tab is because when you go to Master League, let's say I have a Melmetal, I have a Kyogre lead as their opponent, right? When I do use this battle tab, I don't have to spend 5 minutes battling against the Kyogre realizing I'm going to lose. I can just change my settings and figure out how I want to play things. For example, if I plan not to bait at all, I can just go like this and just go superpower and see how much damage I would do, how far the energy gain would be, and how far before I, die a bloody death. Not only that, what the cool thing is when you look at this, right? You realize that if you build up to when they have the first Hydro, you're gonna have approximately 8 Thundershocks. So what that means is if you take the first hit, so let's say no shield, if you take the first hit, you're gonna go down to 80 or so, 79 out of 220, but you're not dead. At this point, if you get one more Thundershock, you can swap out to have a double move superpower uh, Melmetal ready that is at 65 HP. Or you can throw a superpower, and if this superpower does hit, you're going to deal it down to below half. So you might want to swap at that point. It visually shows me exactly how the battle can go, or if I want to stay inside the battle, right? So for example, this Kyogre, let's say it doesn't need to use a second move. It just farms me down if I do a double superpower, and it gets down to 23 HP with a Surf ready. Do I have a Mon that can farm it down? Am I willing to lose my metal? These are things you could think about when you're battling. But you can see it right here what the situation will be for your lead. I also like this right here. It tells you whether or not using one or two shields is going to be the most efficient. We're going to go into greater detail on this in a different video next week, and we also did talk about it inside a previous video. So we're going to go into more detail when we go, we talked about the battle tab before, so it won't be too bad. But just as a quick little reminder, the number, if it is below 500, that means you will lose if your Melmetal is here based off of the default settings. And if your number is above 500, that means you will win based off the default settings. So if a Kyogre 0 shields and you 1 shield, you will win. If a Kyogre 0 shields and you decide a 2 shield, it's the same number because it never gets to a second move. If it 1 shields you, it always wins. If it 2, that's if you have only superpower. Rock Slide allows you for different baiting, right? These situations right here assume different baits and different things, so you have to be cognizant of what you put into your settings and what moves you might have available to you before you do it. We also talked about this last time, but we already seen this inside the breakpoint bulk point video, and we also looked at the battle tab, so we don't have to worry too much about it. So overall, the training tab is nice if you don't have a friend to battle with, if you don't have the mons to battle with, and you kind of want to see how it would work and how it would feel if you guys do a battle. You can learn how to quickly fill your teams up and quickly fill your opponent's teams up just by saving things across the line, and you can kind of see how it would play. The issues are that even though it does give you a good amount of practice, it does take up a good amount of time. It doesn't let you predict exactly how it's going to play. And also, you can't see all the different scenarios all in one go. That's why my suggestion, use the battle tab. Use the training if you want, you don't have a friend, but use the battle tab at least to see lead scenarios, your leftover scenarios, and how to use it. So like for example, inside that Melmetal situation, let's do that one last time. Let's go Melmetal, Kyogre, none of this. It doesn't shield, I don't shield. We play it through, like so. Because it has 23 HP and 40 energy, we can click continue battle and see, oh, well, if I put my Dragonite in at this point, how's this matchup going to go, right? My Dragonite will have 18 energy. It'll still have an okay amount of health. Do I want to live with this? So that's the main thing about the training tab. The train tab is really nice if you want to see something. The train tab is really nice if you don't have people to battle with. But if you want to have quick, clear, good results that you can manipulate, I would highly suggest learning how to use the battle tab to its full efficiency and checking out that video. Okay? I know you guys have some other classes to attend, so with that, I hope to see you all next time. Class is dismissed.